Good morning to all. Dear student, I am Anupam Kumar Upadhyay. I am ex-PGT Bio from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 2 Delhi Kent. Today I have been assigned the task of having a conversation with you, having a dialogue with you, and I am here to present. It is my proud privilege that Principal Madam has invited me to present this presentation. In this pandemic situation, it is very much important that certain issues should be discussed, like nutrition, because nutrition is the only thing that we take from outside and we nourish our body. Apart from this, the immunity is also developed due to good type of the foods. So we will today discuss about the nutrition. What is nutrition? Nutrition is actually the procurement of the food for the purpose of. Procurement means how we obtain the food. Generally the plants, they are photoautotrophic and they can synthesize their own food. But we have to depend on plants or plant products or other animals for our food. So in this way we procure food for the purpose of, these are the purposes. For example, for body growth. You know that our body is made up of the tissues. For example, blood, bones, these all have come from food. Whatever, we don't eat the hemoglobin, we don't eat the blood, but in spite of this, the blood is synthesized in our body. How it is synthesized, and this is due to the result of the growth. So for body growth, the food is required. Also the maintenance of the body. If we get some injury and there is maintenance and repair of the body, repair of the tissues, this food is required. Then for energy production. Without energy, as you know, that no work can be done. For work to be done, the energy is required. And this energy is provided by the internal combustion of food in our body, by the process of respiration. So energy production, without energy, so many processes take place in our body. Without energy, no work or no life process can be done. Then upkeep of good health. As you know, you might have studied about the vitamins, the components of food, which we will talk about later on. Upkeep of good health. For example, vitamin C. Vitamin C is immunobooster. In this pandemic situation, we must take enhance the intake of vitamin C by taking oral pills or by taking this lemon. Then keep our body free from diseases. As I have already discussed, that a good quality of the food, having the good nutrients, it enhances our resistance to fight against the disease. So for the body to keep free from diseases, the good quality of food is required. To boost immunity, same related phenomenon is there. Immunity is the resistance to fight against the disease. So in our body, certain antibodies are produced, which are produced by the good quality of the food or better nutrition. Then for reproduction. Reproduction is the process which brings about the production of young ones. Because reproduction is required, because every living object has a definite lifespan. He or she, it has to die. It will vanish from this world. So for the perpetuation of the species, the reproduction process is required, and it will also take place unless we are healthy. So for these all related aspects, good quality of nutrition is required. Next. Okay. The major nutrients of the food. Major nutrient, there are 7 major nutrients. Out of this, 5 are of greater molecular level, having high molecular mass. One is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are also called as the go food because they are energy providers. The second one is proteins. Proteins are called as grow food. Grow means they are required for the building of the tissues, muscles, hemoglobin. Apart from this, several type of internal chemicals like enzymes, they are also produced from proteins. Then we come to lipids. Lipids are the substances which are having the lubricating properties, and they are high energy providers like fat and oils. Fat, you might have studied about this desi ghee or vegetable ghee, and oils, they are generally liquid. For example, refined oils are also there, mustard oils and soya oils are also there. They are also energy providers. Next is vitamins. Vitamins are not synthesized in our body. They are taken from outside source. Apart from, with the exception of this vitamin D, all vitamins we have to take from our diet, like fresh foods, fresh vegetables, and sitting in the sunlight. These are the better sources of vitamins. Like these are different kinds of vitamins. A, B complex. B complex is a group of related vitamins. C, D, E, and K. Different kinds of vitamins are needed for the upkeep of the body. Then minerals. Minerals are inorganic chemicals which are required in our body, like calcium, which is required for the synthesis of the bone or keeping the bones healthy. Then iron. Iron is required for hemoglobin. Iodine is required for maintenance and upkeep of this thyroid gland. Then zinc. Zinc are enzyme activators. Phosphorus. P means phosphorus. Phosphorus is present in our body in ample amounts. All DNA, all ATPs, which are energy providers, they have this phosphorus. Nitrogen, all type of proteins, all type of enzymes, they all have this nitrogen. DNA, RNA, they also have this nitrogen. Then dietary fibers.
Okay.
Dietary fibers are actually basically the high level carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, but they are not digested in our body. हमारी बॉडी के अंदर डाइजेस्ट नहीं होते and they form the bulk of our diet. They are essential for the better bowel movement in our body. They keep away from the cancers of the intestine. Then water. Water is the cradle of life. As you know that our body is having about 70% of water. Without water, no function in the body can be done. This is a pyramidal chart showing different kinds of these sources of carbohydrates, like these cereals and bread and this potato. These all are sources of carbohydrates. Fruits, they are also the sources of carbohydrates. Even sugars, the sweetening agent of all our Indian dishes, that is sugar. Sugar is also a carbohydrate. Then vitamins. Vitamins we get from fresh fruits and vegetables. Fresh fruits and vegetables. These are sources of vitamins which we have already discussed. Proteins. Proteins are the building blocks of our muscles. Proteins we get from fish, milk, cheese, egg, etc. Then we get fats. Fats, oil, this mustard, groundnut. From these we get the fat. Fats are energy sources. They are condensed energy sources. Now we come to what is balanced diet. The diet which contains all the nutrients in correct amount. In correct, appropriate amount or correct amount. Correct means whatever our age appropriate or work appropriate amounts, these all nutrients contain. As per the age group, nature of the work, for example, a labor will require more energy giving food. Conditions of the body, for example, if we are ailing, then we require less bulky food. Whether we, for example, you have seen that glucose is injected in the patient, which is bedridden. Next is growing child needs high protein diet. As we have already discussed that protein is required for growth of the body. All muscles, all this, what is depository in our body is there, that is made up of proteins. A worker needs high carbohydrate diet because it is called go food. Go means which require more energy. The wrestler needs high fat and protein diet for building of the muscles, because strength is the major criteria for this and these type of the persons. A pregnant and lactating mothers need high protein and high mineral and vitamin S diet, because she has the womb, within the womb, the developing baby, and for the building of the tissues and upkeep of the fetus within the body, this high protein, high mineral and high vitamin diet is required. Like this is the meal plan for an adult sedentary work. Sedentary means which is not involved in high physical work. This is a basic plan for diet. For example, this lady for lady lunch cereals, 1 cup of rice, 2 chapatis, like this. You can easily read it out. Next is nutrition on recommended for children. As you know that children are of growing age. From the after birth, the growth rate of child is relatively quite high in comparison to the adults. So for the growth of the children, high quality, high balanced diet, having high protein contents and high vitamins contents, that is required. Children are more vulnerable for the disease. So for boosting the immunity, the minerals, there should be incorporation of minerals and vitamins in the diet. So from this chart you can infer what kind of diet we should take. Nutrition recommended for adults. Adults have grown up. They have attained whatever the height is there, or if they are not doing, if they are having sedentary work, if they are not involved in high labor quality work, or they are not restless, a normal diet is required, which is the diet plan for this. Fats, oils, sugars and salt used in small amounts, meat and alternatives 2-3 servings per day. They can have fruits and vegetables 2 servings each per day. So these are sources of vitamins and minerals. They will boost immunity, they will keep the body healthy. And rice, these are the sources of carbohydrates, 5 to 7 servings per day. Nutrition chart for pregnant ladies, as I have already discussed. Pregnant ladies are requiring more balanced diet, more protein and vitaminized and mineralized diet. For example, calcium is required. Calcium, phosphorus are required for the building of the bones of the developing fetus. So these are the key pregnancy diets which you can see here. Proteins 3 to 4 grams per day, 3 to 4 servings per day, fruits 3 to 4 portions per day. Fruits can be given, fats, sugars, oils, and incorporation of all type of nutrients as per the body requirement is necessary for a pregnant woman. Now, importance of the child nutrition. As you know, children are the future citizens of India. All type of work, whatever the teaching work or whatever this software work or whatever the ministerial work or political, they will become, or in the police services or high government services they will go. All children are the future nation builders. So there is a great need to lay emphasis, more emphasis on the children nutrition. Okay, need proper nutrients to grow up, remain healthy and strong. If they will be strong, their healthy body has healthy mind, so their mind will also be strong. So for the growth, remain healthy and strong, foundation of healthy eating habits. For example, in today's scenario, the faulty habits are being developed, like junk foods. So they do not, they bring about our body diminishing due to this certain kind of dietary disorders. So healthy habits will be there. For example, the parents will provide sprouted beans. They are, I think, the healthiest. They are the live foods. Nutritional knowledge. If they will be knowing about what is bad and what is good for our body, and nutrition knowledge, this healthy food to be given, to become more energized and motivated. If they will get better quality of food, they will be energized, they will get more motivated, and they will pursue their work in whatever they want to be. Supporting ability to learn. They will learn if they will take good nutrition, they will know about it, and they will learn, and they will disseminate this kind of education among others. Next, importance of good nutrition for adults. Adults are playing a key role in nation building. They are also the boosting the economy of the nation also. Proper growth and maintenance of the body, reduce risk of some diseases including high blood pressure, heart diseases, diabetes and stroke. So high fat diet, high cholesterol diet, they should not take. Osteoporosis and type of cancers. Lower high cholesterol. A proper diet that should be taken, that is recommended, which bring about the lowering of the cholesterol level. Improves overall well-being. Reduce obesity. Improves ability to fight illness and recover from the illness due to injury. India's nutrition position. Whatever the India's nutrition position, there is some data I will share with you. India experiences a malnutrition. Malnutrition means if we are taking diet and that diet is not having the all nutrients in correct amounts. So that is called as a malnutrition. They are simply filling the stomach, but they are not getting the appropriate amount of nutrients in their diet. Burden among its chiefly under 5 population. As of 2015, the nation prevalence of under 5 overweight is 2.4, which has increased slightly from 1.9 in 2006. This is due to lifestyle. So the obesity in children is also increasing, which is at the greater risk. The national prevalence of under 5 is stunting. Stunting means the lower growth. Whatever the normal growth is not there. They are feebly developed. and 37.9%, which is greater than the developing countries average of 25. Ours is a developing country. Major nutrient problems are undernutrition, malnutrition. Malnutrition means due to poverty, due to famine, due to any other reason they are not getting proper food. Malnutrition, vitamin A deficiency, VAD and iron deficiency, anemia, and iodine deficiency, goiter, protein energy malnutrition. These are some of the reasons. Now reports, there are certain reports which India's global nutrition position, that is called as GNR, Global Nutrition Report. This is the data, I am reading it. The Global Nutrition Report 2020 started that India is among 88 countries that are likely to miss the global nutrition targets by 2025. So still 5 years are remaining, and India has to lay more efforts to achieve this target. Highest rate of inequality in malnutrition. India will miss the targets for malnutrition if appropriate measures will not be taken. So we have to lay emphasis on initiating appropriate measures. Stunting among under 5 children. Under 5, wasting. Wasting means the muscles are not formed. So wasting is there. The thinning of the body is there. Stunting means the child does not grow properly. Anemia among women of reproductive age. Because for reproductive age, due to the menstruation, there is heavy blood loss. So they become anemic. So diet should contain more iron and protein for them. Childhood obesity, inclusive breastfeeding, adult male and female obesity, adult male and female diabetes. Diabetes is also increasing amongst both male and females. Now, some facts about the stunting and wasting and child mortality. Stunting means impaired growth, as I have already discussed. Wasting means low weight of the child due to low muscle formation. About 40.7% children under 5 were stunted in rural area, while 30.6 children were stunted in urban area. This is some data which is given here. 21.1% children under 5 were wasted in rural areas, while 19.9% were wasted in urban area. The stunting and wasting of the children are the major cause of child mortality. Yani the children die before attaining the age of 10. Under 5 they start dying, and up to 10 their mortality rate is high in the family. India has been ranked at 103rd position out of 119 countries in Asia, except Pakistan. All other neighbors are in better position. Undernutrition and malnutrition are major causes of stunting and wasting among children. Some vitamin deficiency diseases. Vitamin deficiency diseases, which you have already studied about that. There is a chart. For example, I am taking a few. Vitamin A, which is necessary for the eyesight. It causes night blindness, xerophthalmia in adults, where cornea becomes defective. It becomes opaque and the child is unable to see. For it, vitamins B6, B12, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, these all are B complex vitamins. Vitamin C is, I am laying emphasis on vitamin C because vitamin C is immunobooster. Vitamin C is present in amla. It is present in citrus fruits like oranges, like lemon. So we must take this vitamin C. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is present in cod livers, cods, fish livers. So it is necessary for the building of the bones. It is also synthesized while we are sitting in the sun. This is a mineral deficiency disorders. Minerals play an important role. For example, calcium, I have already discussed about that. There is a chart giving the data. And the major sources, the deficiency disorders and functions. Like, protein energy malnutrition, or PEM, which is called as protein energy malnutrition, or PCM, or protein calorie malnutrition. This is the major problem in India and also in the developing countries, that they are not getting the proper food. The children are deprived of the balanced diet, they don't get the stomach full of food. So they suffer from these diseases which are called as kwashiorkor and marasmus. The symptoms are written here. Kwashiorkor, scaly skin, distended abdomen like that, and this is also having the loss of hair, old person's face, like the child is having quite old age. You see. like this. Yes. Government steps to combat malnutrition. These are certain programs which have been time to time Government of India is launching to combat this malnutrition. Integrated Child Development Scheme, ICDS 1975, the National Nutrition Policy 1993, the Midday Meal Scheme, which is still continuing in most of the schools of India in 1995, National Food Security Act 2013. In spite of this, the malnutrition in India remains high. India ranks 102 out of 117 countries in the Global Hunger Index 2019. India has planned to achieve zero hunger by 2030, and this would be possible only if we all have to take this initiative to get rid of this malnutrition and undernutrition. World Food Day is observed every year on this October 16 to commemorate or to learn what measures should be taken to get rid of this problem. Food security and public distribution system. Public distribution system means rationing. PDS or public distribution system is government-sponsored chain of shops entrusted with the work of distributing the basic food and non-food items to needy persons. Non-food items like kerosene oil, like these are also having subsidy. PDS was introduced around World War II as rationing measure. By 1970, PDS has evolved into a universal scheme of distribution. These are certain points related to that. And Antyodaya Anna Yojana, National Food Security Act 2013 aims at distributing the food grains in legal entitlement of poor households. There is a under PDS wheat rice like this. These all things are available on ration shops. There is a system, farmer, they are producers, they produce this FCI, Food Corporation of India. Food Corporation send the grains to states and states from fair price shops like that. Major challenges in public distribution system. I am reading out the few. Non-existing duplicate migrated families units. Updating ration cards with mutations. If somebody has changed the place, the mutation is required. Allocation of essential commodities. These are some of the major loopholes and challenges of this PDS. Public distribution system problems and solutions. Rice and sugar are not available in the most of the shops. So these are the certain challenges which Government of India have to keep a vigilant eye on them. Wheat, kerosene oil are distributed at lower quantities than prescribed. So this is at the level of the owner of the shop of this PDS system. So one must keep a strong watch. Wheat is often mixed with sand. Wheat stock is very old, so it is having the pest within it. Ration depots do not display the rate list. So these all should be there. Initiatives to encourage the food nutrition in area, good nutrition in rural areas. The strategies have rural communities used to improve the access of healthy and affordable and good nutritive food. Special financing उनको होना चाहिए. Cooperative grocery stores must be there in the villages. Farmers market should be there. Community supported agriculture programs, farm to school initiatives, food pantries, and community education and outreach programs should be there. These are some of the pictures displaying that in rural area. Midday meal scheme. I'm laying emphasis on midday meal scheme. इसके दो फायदे हैं. There are two major aspects. One, balanced diet is provided to the children. Secondly, dropout rate is reduced. Children used to come to school for study, for education they are getting. The midday meal scheme in a school's meal program of the Government of India designed to better nutritional standards of school age children nationwide. Official website is this, launched in year this 1995. Education and health both are incorporated into this. Status means active, which is still running, launched by the then PM P.V. Narasimha Rao. Indian Ministry of Human Resource Development. Next, these are some pictures displaying the midday meals. Most prominent challenges related to the nutrition in India. These are some of the, I am reading out some of the three. High level of child malnutrition affecting almost every second child. High level of maternal undernutrition leading to low birth weight. The children which are born are low weight. So this is due to the maternal यानी mother की malnutrition के कारण. Low awareness regarding nutrition and use of the local nutrition food, including sources of nutrients. Inadequate access to the safe drinking water and proper sanitation. These are also some major criteria. Water is also one of the constituent of food. Most ways forward. What we have to do? The ICDS program should be redirected towards younger children, 0 to 3 years, since they are most vulnerable to undernutrition and malnutrition. Children are put at a greater risk. So more and more emphasis the government of India is laying on the children. Improving mother's feeding, improving household water and sanitation, control of common child diseases due to malnutrition, nutrition indicators, the demographic factors and social economic patterns should be acknowledged and address inequalities in the closing gaps, combat undernutrition and malnutrition. Okay, these are summary point where whatever I have discussed, these are the major points. Because good nutrition provides good health, and good health is necessary for the nation. They will become the better citizen of better nation holders, better responsible persons in India, and they will boost the economy of the India. Jai Hind. Thank you.